Good evening, everyone. It's Kinninigan. Please share, like, subscribe. If you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. I need cigarettes. I don't monetize my videos. I always let my subs know. Um, so I do a lot of videos with liquid crystal polarization anomalies. I just did the recent one with the Freemason senator from New Jersey who was shifting in the congressional hearings, and I have some really good examples here from my hard drive. Videos I've made before. This is one of the better examples right here. This is a full on, this guy's face is distorting full on into a demon, obviously. These anomalies are captured on camera. And here we go. If this ain't for the price of admission, too, no one else on YouTube is showing you a liquid crystal polarization of Klaus Schwab. Or, I also have Klaus Schwab at the beach, but we're not going to look at that pic today. It's, yeah, who'd have thought he was possessed, right? Now, in doing research over the years, I wanted an answer to really what was going on. And of all people, to give me an answer on these types of anomalies and why would be a Catholic priest, specifically an exorcist. Now, this is Patrick David Bett. I don't want to play too much of the video, but he had a short clip up here, and I had this bookmarked for a while. And his question, he did a whole interview with this is Father Vincent Lampart. He is an ordained exorcist from the Vatican. And he explains different types of, exorcisms. But Patrick David Bett asked him, why aren't celebrities, quote unquote, ever possessed? Or when you hear like them saying that they make, quote unquote, selling their soul to the devil for fame and fortune. And this Catholic exorcist points it right out because one of the first things you are asked when you join a secret society, they ask you, are you joining against your own free will? And you've often heard the terminology, the devil can't come in your house unless they're invited. Now, I'm not going to get into the aspects of what causes normal demonic possession that exorcists do deal with. Um, that's something totally different. But why are all these members of secret societies have demonic attachments to them? Why don't they manifest physically? We catch them with cameras, which is like what you're seeing here. This is something that would only be seen on camera. And the priest explains it, and I'll play the clip. It's called perfect possession. This is when you will actually make a binding contract with a demon and allow it to violate your quote unquote free will, and you go into a union with the demon. Now, a lot of celebrities and stuff like that, you'll hear them. They'll say terms like, "Oh, I get inspiration for different creative projects because I communicate with spirits." They say spirits. They'll never say demon or reptilian or archon, obviously, but they say I get spiritual influence. You'll hear them. And there's also something else disturbing. I grew up Bruce Springsteen fan from the 80s, whatever. I know now he's not the same, but he did an infamous song called Dancing in the Dark. And I found out many years later that Dancing in the Dark is actually a reference to invoking demonic energy. And they do it in darkness and dancing in the dark. Yeah, that is actually a thing where they invoke demonic spirits. So I'll play this short clip here of the Catholic priest actually explaining what perfect possession is.
With the demonic, because something of the person always remains free. That's why even somebody that's possessed could ask for help. It's not total. There is something that's called perfect possession, where somebody takes their free will and they unite their free will completely with the demonic. So there never would be any manifestations then. The fact that there are manifestations would indicate that there's still an internal battle, there's still a struggle that's taking place. But it could be that somebody is possessed, but because they've resigned their free will to the will of the devil, there is no manifestation. There's no battle to take place.
Yeah, but if the devil is so strong, why does he have?
So do you understand what he's saying? If you make a union with a demon, it's not going to manifest typically under um, yeah, and I've listened to dozens of Catholic exorcists over the years, and they do manifest when they do these rituals to bind the demons out of them. But they will manifest physically. Infamously, the movie The Exorcist, if you ever seen it, yeah, the full manifestation of demonic energies on full display in that one. Demons will also. There's a movie I haven't reviewed yet. I have it on my hard drive called The Dark Song, where they do the Abraham ritual from Aleister Crowley in the house. And as demons are starting to be invoked, just like with The Exorcist, the demons talk with a lot of profanity. They're calling the woman in the ritual the cunt word, calling her a bitch, a whore, and that's profanity. And yes, demons do that. They act like children. They use profane language. They're nasty. They get very nasty. But in a ritual where you're doing something like that, that's totally different. Where you're binding demons and but these are people who, like I said, when they engage in pagan rituals, black magic, they allow the demon to take them over and under their own free will. So more or less, a Catholic exorcist can't even really do anything about it because that person has allowed the demon to basically make a unity with them, which is why we see these now he says they will not manifest in the physical realm, but they will be caught on camera, where my research comes in. So yeah, I pull from a lot of sources for trying to get the answers for all this stuff that I'm doing for my books. All the way from Atlantis, Babylon, Catholic priests. I'm Catholic myself. Exorcist. Yeah, because I think that everyone has pieces of the puzzle, and I'm just trying to put the whole puzzle together. But that would be why these manifestations you won't see them in the real world. Rarely, Klaus Schwab, without a doubt, he's a member of the Order of the Black Sun, which is a very elite secret society. They just met in Davos, and the whole World Economic Forum week that they just had out there was during Candlemas, which is a Luciferian it's a whole week from January 20th to the 27th, I believe. Still going on today. Figured I'd talk about it today because it's Sunday, the holy day. I'd talk about this. And yeah, Marina Abramovich, the transgender elite priestess, was there. And, Gavin Newsom was coked out of his mind. I don't know if you saw the videos of that, but whatever. And there's rumors going around that, yeah, in Davos, there was a high demand for transgender and male, specifically probably younger male, escorts. Yeah, no naturally beautiful women were wanted for escorts. Yeah, it's a whole fucking trafficking thing that goes on out with these freaks. But yeah, that is basically the answer to this. This is called perfect possession by a Catholic priest himself, stating that they've made a unity with a demonic force, and they did it under their own free will. And like I said, the devil can't come in your house unless they're invited. How do you break that unity with the demon? I don't know. Could a priest still? I'm sure if you got a priest involved, they would be able to help you somehow, obviously. But it's not like a normal Catholic um, exorcism. And one of the biggest tricks, for example, with a Catholic exorcism, I'm going to tell you this if you did not know. One of the first things I have to do to get a demon out of someone who's possessed, legitimately possessed, not someone who did it with a unity by violating the free will. They have to learn. They have to get the demon to admit its name. Power of names, like my name, Kinninigan. Once you are able to identify the demon, then they can exorcise the demon out of someone. And this is why you'll see in various exorcism movies, the priest is always trying to get the demon to say its name. And but in the case of where you make a union with a demon, perfect possession, you are summoning that demon by its name. And those are the archons. demons, whatever you want to call them, from the Lesser Key of Solomon and the legions of different demons under them. And in that case, you would actually be invoking the demon, and you would actually know its name to make a union with it. That would be the obvious ritual you would do. And this is what happens. And then, so when you hear me saying things like these elite are demonically possessed, I'm not even joking about that. It's real. And this is how we're seeing so much evil being manifested in human civilization right now. And there is a battle going on. People are becoming more aware of their things that are going on. People are asking why they're trying to make all this stuff happen. Because they're losing the narrative. They can't gatekeep information like they used to. 50 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to find anything about the Freemason anywhere or secret societies at all. You would have had to literally go to a lodge, knock on the door, ask to take a tour. You have to ask one to be one, they say. That's again violating, they can't violate your free will. Also, when you join a secret society, two Freemasons will come to your house and they will knock on your door. You have to invite them in your house. What I find interesting with that is Jehovah Witnesses, who are the Masonic religion, the Mormons, they recruit by doing the same thing. And believe it or not, Jehovah's Witnesses are a way for Freemasons to recruit Christians into their secret society. What do you think the Jehovah's Witnesses, remember knock knock? But they would, yeah, we used to have those in the 90s. Wow, when I was younger, I had a Jehovah's Witness knock on the door. And I was trying to explain to the kid for 5 minutes that I was Catholic. And he wasn't even trying to hear it. This kid was like brainwashed. And the Mormon missionaries, they go around, and then once they get people to come into the Mormon church, they're going to get you to become a Freemason because it's a Masonic religion. They can recruit that way, but again, everything you're doing by your own quote unquote free will. Demons can't violate your free will. Although there are cases, obviously, where people become possessed, and you'd have to listen to lectures from Catholic exorcists. Some of them won't talk about it. It's hard to get good info. If you've ever heard of him, he's one of the good ones, Father Vincent Lampert. He's legit. But anyway, so we have an answer for that. This is called perfect possession. Yeah, when you allow a demon to bind with you by allowing it to again, allow to violate your own free will. And these are people. There's a reason why they never mention the word Jesus. You're not going to see them wearing crucifixes mentioning the word Jesus. It's basically what you have going on at Turning Point USA right now, the Charlie Kirk organization. They're a bunch of Zionist pagans, Mormons. And even that's coming out. A lot of information has been coming out about them and their whole organization. So yeah, they're losing the narrative on a lot of things here. Anyway, thought you might enjoy that. Again, if you want to support my channel, I'd appreciate it. I'm supposed to go out and shovel snow. It's raining ice right now. Did the snow stop yet? Snow stopping soon. I don't want to be up that late shoveling tonight, but if I have to, oh well. Yeah, it's been a nasty day in Philadelphia. It's raining ice right now. And we got a lot of snow. So yeah, that is perfect possession. And that's what happens when you start dabbling into the occult and making contracts with demons. And that demon can, it will bind to you. And this is where we get these liquid crystal polarization anomalies. This is one of the best ones I've ever had. This one is horrifying. I think I might have this video on YouTube. I made a video of that. But as you see, it starts to look kind of like an alien gray. Yeah, that's an Archon. It just full on. The one with Klaus Schwab, very difficult to find because you don't see that. Klaus Schwab, he's not in the public too often. You see him at the WEF events. I don't even, and He's one of the more public faces of the Illuminati, I would say. Could be a reptilian. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, he's a very sick and twisted individual. A lot of the things that he was putting forward that basically defy what the Bible says, obviously, like eating unclean insects. He was telling everyone they're going to eat bugs. Humans are not made to eat bugs. We can't process chitin, which is what insects are made from. And there's a lot of parasites in bugs. It's disgusting. But he's telling people that because they want to break people down in their smart cities. They want to break people down morally and physically. No protein, no steak. They don't want alpha males. No T-bone steaks. No protein shakes. No eating grasshoppers and whatever. These people, and they want to do that so human civilization they could feed off the negative energy and put human civilization back thousands of years. That's what their new world order is going to be, but they haven't gotten it yet. Anyway, you can support my channel. All the links are in the description. I'll pin this link as a top comment. There's also a link under his video if you want to watch the full interview he did with Father Vincent Lampert, where he does go into more detail about what Catholic exorcism involves. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.